know it's hard. This is the last one. You got this, bro.
I thought what better I rest a little bit and start all together.
No, try to get it done. If you have 2 call-outs, you can't rest either. Just try it. There you go. Quarter turn. You're going to make it fast. Blow it out. Beautiful. Quarter turn.
Kalang.
Hamstrings. Up. Quarter turn. Blow it. Good. Front double. I want you to sweat.
Home.
Back spread. Roll it up. There you go. Side chest. And you got this. It's the last one before we eat. Sit on it. Beautiful. Turn. Come to me. Turn around. There you go. Squeeze. Side and back double. Start from the bottom. Hamstrings, calves, and get into your shot. Bring your wrist back. Bring it back. There you go. Lat spread. Remember hamstrings. Never relax. Good. Side try. Remember, blow that shit out first. Blow it out. Good. Abs and thighs, both legs. Switch your leg. There you go. 3 shots. 1, 2, and now get it. Squeeze. Squeeze that shit out.
Lower back.
Beautiful. Good. Now he can eat. Whoa. Now he can eat. He's allowed to eat his breakfast.
Good morning, everybody. Mike Salazar here, Flex Magazine, on the phone with IFBB Pro Dennis James. Dennis, how are you, bud?
I'm good, Mike. I'm good. Can't complain.
So you and I were at the PBW Tampa Pro in Tampa. Lionel Beyeke, who took 5th place, didn't do too well, approached you and asked you for help. Do you want to continue with the story?
Yeah, I mean, before we get to that point, I want to say that when I'm going to be perfectly honest. So when I saw Lionel, and I've been watching Lionel now for a few years, 3 years, and whenever he came on the pro scene, he got a little bigger in the 3 years. He got bigger, but his condition never improved. So his condition was always so far off that it's really starting to make me angry to look at somebody's potential and seeing that he's not fulfilling, it's not even getting close to fulfilling anything. So when he stepped on stage this weekend, you know, I expected a lot from him because I knew when you look at the list, he is the one with the most complete physique. Is the biggest guy. He has perfect symmetry. I was just, you know, it's just everybody's at that point to see when they see a picture, a Lionel on the competitors list, they'll be like, yeah, okay, he's going to be smooth again. So don't worry about Lionel. And again, he was smoother this week than he was before, and I'm like, I wanted to choke him. I wanted to go on stage and choke him. I was like, I don't know what you're doing, but whatever you're doing, it's not working. So I wouldn't even have him in the top 5. I don't know how he make the top 5, but there you can see that his symmetry and his proportions are so good that he can make top 5 being 6 weeks out. You know, and that says a lot. You know, he made top 5 in the lineup where there was 20 guys in the same show that were in better condition than him. So that tells you that he really has all the tools. He just needs to dial it in. But, you know, I was, you know, worried about other things that weekend. So I took care of my business, and the show was over. And probably 20, 30 minutes after the show, I got a call from Marcus Haley who said, listen, Lionel is here. He wanted to talk to you, you know. And I really had no idea what he wanted to talk to me about because, you know, I mean, I knew already from Hani Rambod, who was working with him for 3 years, that Hani is not working with him no more. So that was the only reason for me, you know, going down there and talking to him, because I wouldn't talk to anybody who was still working with somebody else, because that's something that I wouldn't do, because I wouldn't want this to happen to me either. So, you know, I ain't trying to take no clients away from anybody. But like I said, while he was on stage, I had a talk with Hani Rambod, who told me that he's not working with him anymore since Chicago. So I went down there, I talked to him. He told me, he said, listen, man, I want your help. I want to see if I can get your advice to do what to do for next week. And I'm like, well, next week is not a lot of time, but if so before I can give you any advice, I want to see what do you have, what sources do you have available regarding where you're staying, what are you eating, where's your food, where do you get it from? He's like, I was going to stay here till Monday, and then I was fly to Dallas, and then I said, what do you eat? He said, oh, I'm just eat whatever they have at the hotel. And I'm like, see, that's not going to work. I can't help you over the phone when you don't even know what you're going to eat. So I told him, I said, listen, because I look at him, and he just seemed to be sincere. He doesn't look to me, he didn't look, I might be totally wrong, but I just don't have that feeling. He just looks like, I feel for him, and I'll tell you why, because, I was born and raised in a foreign country in Germany, and I know exactly how it is when you come to America and you don't have any friends. And especially, when you come and and everybody knows from the competitors what kind of potential that you have. So will nobody help you? They won't help you. They don't want you to succeed. They want you to be as smooth as a baby's ass every time you step on stage so they can win. And I just felt for him because he really had no idea what to do. So I said, listen, Lionel, the only way I can help you is there's one option. I'm talking now 11:30 at night in the hotel lobby. I said, the only option that I can help you to try to improve for next Friday is if you go right now, you go into the business office, you buy yourself a one-way ticket, you take that flight with me first thing in the morning, because I always get out first thing in the morning. You fly with me to Phoenix. I'm going to take you home. I'll make sure you get what you need. I'll make sure you eat what you have to. And I'll make sure you train and do the cardio that you should do.
He's been doing this for 2 hours every day. Hour in the morning and an hour in the evening.
Yeah.
How does it feel? Where are we at right now? Minutes?
Right now it's that's only 5 minutes done.
5 minutes left.
Yeah, 5 minutes left.
Perfect. How do you feel?
I'm feeling tired.
Tired?
Yeah, very tired.
Good. That's a good feeling.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, where would you say your shape is now compared to Tempo last week?
Oh, much better.
You already better?
Yeah, much better, 100% sure.
Okay.
Much better.
All right, perfect.
Because I'm pretty sure that if you do it on your own and you eat whatever you want, and then you won't do the cardio that you need. So he went straight to the business center. He booked the first flight out. We came home Sunday morning. We arrived at 9 o'clock in Phoenix, and I started kicking his ass at 10:30. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm basically doing something with him that he's never done before. I mean, I have step meals at the house. I have treadmills. I have everything. I have him doing 2 hours of cardio right now. I have him on zero carbs. I mean, zero. I mean, it's so zero that I almost feel bad for him. But I think this is the only way we can make some necessary changes. I mean, will he be 100%? Oh, no, he won't. Well, definitely, because it's not enough time. But I say this, he will be better than he was in Tampa. You know what I mean? So how much better? We'll have to see how he responds to certain things. For me, it's very hard to find out, what to do with him, because I haven't been working with him for 3 years. So I have to figure his body out in 5 days and try not to do mistakes that he's been doing in the past, which I don't know what the mistakes are. So it's very hard. So I'm going by the basics, the safest things that, possible to do. And so far he's responded very well. I make him do things he's never done in his whole career. I make him pose. I said, in my house, you don't eat before you pose. I'll make him pose 3 rounds, holding each shot 5 to 10 seconds. I don't care if you pass out, you get that done, you're going to get your foods. And he gets done. He gets every meal. My wife cooks him every meal, so it's the change for him. He said he never poses. I said, he does never pose. I said, and I can see that when you're on stage, and I told him, I said, listen, right now, I mean, in the gym, I take him to the gym, I take him through exercises, and I'm killing him. But that's not going to get you harder. What gets you harder right now is cardio and posing. So we pose 5-6 times a day, something he's never done. I'll take him out in the heat. I'll let water come out by him squeezing his muscles, and that's the only thing we can do right now. He's pretty happy because right now he feels safe. He feels he's in my house. He doesn't have to worry about anything. He knows I'm not going to cheat him. I'm not going to, mistreat him, because I want the best for him, not because, I'm helping him for this week. It's just because I think he has that potential to be a top contender, and even at the Olympia, not only in smaller shows. If you can win smaller shows like the Flex Pro, being off, next to I shredded, then you can win. You can place well in big shows when you're 100%. So, and that's all we're trying to go for right now. What will happen in Dallas? I'm not sure what will happen. You know, we'll have to see, because I don't know how he responds to other things that we're going to do last minute. But I can only say this: if he doesn't qualify in Dallas, we will definitely, or I will definitely help him to go to Finland and see if we can get his qualification there. Because, you know, like I said, it's very hard to take over somebody and have only 5 or 6 days from Sunday, 6 days, no, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, 5.5 days for him to step on stage again, because he was a hot mess. So I can tell you this: when we arrived Sunday morning, he was about 282. Monday morning, he was about, let me say Sunday morning. Sunday, he was 282 with the clothes. So I figured out he was probably 278, 279. The next morning, he was already down to 272. And yesterday morning, he was down to 268 or 269. And I think he was 265 in Tampa. And I told him, I said, the best case scenario would be if we bring him in around 250, 252, and not more than that.
What is that in kilograms? About 105, 110?
Okay, he competed almost like I would say 118, 119 in Tampa, and I don't want him to be more than, let me see, from what I'm seeing, he don't need to be more than, hold on. Yeah, 114, between 114 and 115 kilos. And even lighter, if it takes more, because the thing is this: his training wasn't probably the way he should be, because I can tell when I take him through the way my style of training, he's really having a very hard time. You know, he said he can't believe that he's suffering with this little weight, because I'll make him do super slow reps with squeezing, because right now training and doing high reps and all that is good, but it's not going to change his physique. You know, in order to change your physique, you got to squeeze, you got to keep squeezing, and you got to squeeze that water out your muscle. And this is what I make him do, and add the cardio on top of that, and no carbs. So you see how he is, and he trains, and I get him to be completely pumped within 2-3 sets. And usually that doesn't happen if you are no carbs, but that tells you that the training is working, that he still has a lot of glycogen storage, which we need to get rid of before we start. And I tell you the truth that, you know, he might be going into the show with 0 carbs, you know. You don't need no carbs. I said, you don't need no carbs right now, because you still have so much shit that need to come off that, you know, we just don't worry about carbs right now. He might get a little bit of something before he steps on stage, but as it is right now, I'm pretty sure that he will go on that stage flat.
And we've never seen him flat before. We've always seen him big and full. So it'd be really interesting, DJ, to see what you bring on stage this Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I mean, but I'm the same way, because I used to go on stage. For me, when I'm flat, when I know I'm flat, and then people look at me, it's like, if that's flat for you, that's super full for us. You know what I mean? And he kind of has a similar physique. When he's flat, he's still full and round. He still gets a crazy pump in the gym, because it's not only the training or the diet right now. I think it has something to do with, if you respect another person that's going to help you, and I tell you to do this, you will do it with 100% conviction. You know what I mean? You will do it, and you don't care what it means. Somebody else that he wouldn't respect would tell him, you have to do 2 hours of step. I'm not going to give you no carbs, and I'm going to take you to the gym and wear you out. He would probably say, forget you. You know what I mean? But it has something to do with respect. That's why a lot of people that used to, myself included, that used to train with Charles Glass, that's not because I didn't know how to do bench press or I didn't know what exercises to do. It's because you have respect for a person that tells you to do something, you automatically give 110% instead of only 100. And that's the thing. And I told him when we came here, I said, listen, you have to do what I tell you to do, because that's the only thing that will help us to get you to come in better. I said, we're not going to get you to be 100%. You can forget that. He knows it. I said, but you got 5th, being 75%. I said, if we can get you to 85 or maybe even 90, you can win this show. So we have to see what happens. You know, I don't want people to think because he's working with me now, he's going to come in shredded or he's going to be the best. You know, nah, this is not enough time. You know, please, you can't fix what was broke in a long time before in 6 days. But we will make hopefully we'll make the necessary improvement for the judges to see he's on the right track. And like I said, you know, if we pull this off, I'd like a medal myself.
Well, I'll tell you what, DJ, on the behalf of Lex Magazine, which you're a part of, I wish you and Lionel Beyeke the best for this weekend, bro.
Yeah, and I wish the best for him. It's not even about me because, like I said, I'm just doing what I do. I have a heart for bodybuilding. My house is all bodybuilding, even that I don't compete. I promised my wife I will not compete anymore, so she's done with that, and now she's babysitting other athletes. You know what I mean? So it's never going to stop. That's just who I am. And I know a lot of people say, "How can you just take somebody in your house? You don't even know him." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't." But I have a heart, and I feel for a person that's coming all the way from overseas, and he has no friends. You know how it is. Everybody's in his face. Yeah, you're nice, but when I need help, I don't need to be asking somebody for help because he was at that point where he asked me for help. And when somebody does that as a man with his stature, that's a sign of, I'm at the end. What am I supposed to do? How can I say, what should I say? Yeah, go find yourself a chicken breast. I'll see you next week. I can't do that. That's just not in my genes. You know what I mean? So I have to help him, and this is not anything that I'm looking at profit or something. I'm just doing this to help him to fulfill his potential, which I know he has. And I guarantee you there's a lot of people right now competing and they're thinking, damn, if he ever nails it, we all in trouble. And all I'm saying is you guys are totally right. If he nails it, everybody's going to be in trouble. But don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I'm just here to help him get done what needs to be done, and that's basically it. You know what I mean? And I can see in his face and his smile, he's even with low carbs, he's tired and all, but he's a happy person right now because he's found somebody that basically took him, and take out from the show and helped him to just get all that unnecessary stress off his shoulders because it was terrible. I can only imagine because I've been in different countries where you don't know anybody, you don't know where you get your food and how you order. Then he's not English, he speaks good English, but there's still a barrier there, You don't want to make that mistake. So he's perfectly in the best hands he can ever be. And everybody that's been to my house or everybody that's worked with me can tell you that he is in the best possible hands right now.
Words from a man who loves and lives bodybuilding, Dennis James from Phoenix, Arizona. Good luck, bro. Good luck to Lionel.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it.